Hi, everybody. Good evening. Hope you're all doing safe and sound. I started to think maybe with all these cases, maybe I should start talking about me, how I made it to 60, how a Scorpio made it to 60 years with the same man, with great kids. I think I've followed great people, um, like Dr. Rashad, like I was saying, Richie, and then there's Duty Ron. Um, I remember when I first started watching him, and when he was picking up his socks, and as he was going offline one time, and this was the years when I was able. This is before I got this computer, and I'd said to him like, "Pick up your socks," and he goes, "Yeah, better." And I said, "Yeah, your wife's trained you well." And he giggled and like, we gotta have couples like Don Shipley and his wife, like, oh my lord, if I wish I had enough money to sub to his channel, because what I do see on um I can't what is it, Bud's, it's he finds Stone Valor, and I just love this couple, and the more I look at it, it's my husband looks like Willie Nelson, but I look a lot like his wife, and I'm a cook, and he tells his stories, and it's like, my God, that's us in a different way. Um, my father wasn't military, but my father raised me to not throw stones, don't be mean, never judge. I think it's because I was always tagging along with him as he was helping fix somebody's house. My dad was a welder. My dad could do anything, and I think that's why I can too. Um, I my son was a football player, and I loved it when I would go watch him. Uh, my son's a big guy, big red-haired guy, and when I watched the Game of the Thrones, that red-haired man in there, that could be my son, like, or the singer of Reagan the Bone Man, that could be my son, like, not as chunky, but I'd love him just as much, even more, because he's chunky. He's, if it wasn't for Reagan Bone Man songs right now, keeping my feet on the ground, there's so many songs of his that are on right now that I'm watching, and I go back, that I think, like, if everybody would only, like, listen to a few of his songs, I don't understand why. Like, I don't have a cell phone, thank God. I just watched a video that I just commented on Dr. Rashad Richie's thing. And this lady, I sat on it, and I don't know what it is. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say what I'm saying, but you can look it up. It said she was sad fishing, or my daddy would say she got put in her place. He would love this. Waited for the karma to bite her in the ass, and it did end up on her ass. Like, what? Why provoke it? Like, if you're told you can't videotape in a bar and you want to be a live streamer and you can't do it, well, you can't. Sorry, but no is no. Like, what part of no don't you understand? And like, honest to God, I wouldn't do well in the States because I think I'd be slapping too many white people. Um, sorry. Um, I don't know what to say anymore. Um, like I was on a girls hockey team, and half my team were native, and like just think a little old me. I'm 5 foot 1.5. Well, I was two. I'm shrinking. Okay, I'm 60. I'm going gray. All these things. Just think of me when I drank, being mouthy, and my teammates, thank God, were bigger. because because I was mouthy. I started more fights than any of my teammates did, but like there's so many stories I could tell. But maybe this is my time to tell my stories. Like, I missed. The funny thing is, when I had my kids, I went to try to go skate. I couldn't even skate. It was that time for the saying of a reason, a season, a lifetime. There was a reason I couldn't skate right then. It was to be with my babies. Watch them. Watch my babies shine. My son would played on this football team, and they wore white pants. A mother's worst nightmare. Because my kid didn't just play football, he superman the field. Rain or shine, and I was sitting there going like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Like, is this okay? Like, is this normal? Until I went up to one of the football stars' mom and said, Jerry, if you're out there, love you, dear. She goes, Kimmy, no, this is cool. This is how Drew gets the team going. It's like, I went, oh my God. Oh Lord, help us all. Like, oh, my redhead. Like, he did so many things to me. My daughter and I have been talking lately. My son locked me in our pantry when he was just walking. Like, I told this on AV's on AV's channel. He locked me in the pantry. It was it was a Monday morning. 8:45 in the morning. I figured I had everything done. My daughter's off to school, thinking it's a good day, and here we go. All of a sudden, I'm getting the dog food, and okay, my husband is like Like when you have people who do things like he didn't fix the doorknob, okay? So just think the doorknob didn't have another thing on the end, okay? So all of a sudden I hear this giggling, and then I hear the door shut. Then as I hear the door shut, I go to grab the handle, and it goes gone, okay? You like, I can't get my computer to show me talk so you can see me. So the door name is like this, and then it's gone. And like my little redhead curly hair, just think of Cabbage Patch when they had red-haired curly hair. Okay, that was my son. He looked just like it. People would look in there and go, yeah, he's a Cabbage Patch, and I'd giggle, because he was. But I had a real one. So all of a sudden, before I knew it, I was locked in the pantry, and I'm going, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? So just think, I'm sitting there going, what do I do? And I'm going, Drew, are you outside of the door? And I could hear him because I couldn't kick down the door, because if I kicked down the door, he'd get hit. So I wait and I'm listening, and I could hear him like where he was farther away. Like mamas know this stuff. At least it's mama. So as soon as I could hear that he was far enough away, I ran to the back of the pantry, because remember, it's canned goods. There's nothing else in there. And Howie eventually, thank God the door is gone. It's still not up, okay? So it's like, no kid is ever going to lock me in that room again. But anyways, I jump through it. I come out just like a sumo wrestler stance. Just think of me built like Melissa McCarthy, okay? I love her, okay? So, and I jump out sumo wrestler in the hallway. Look down there, and there's Drew, my little Cabbage Patch in his overalls, holding my cigarettes. Just opened up my cigarettes in his hands and goes, hi, Mum. I walked over there. I went and I grabbed my cigarettes. I turned around, walked, and I called my mom, and where I could see my son from where I sit right now all the way to the living room, because my mom's always advice was never go near your child when you're angry. Well, as we sat there and talked, she giggled, and she goes, I'm sorry, Kimmy. I'm really sorry, Kimmy. But I told you, only until you have your own kids you'll understand. So I think back here, and I'm 60 years later, and I remember when I played with my kids with the Legos, like I keep saying, and but you don't know I do plasticine, and I would do all these animals, like all these things. I even scared a little kid because I was so used to making snakes for my son. When a little girl came, I put snakes out there, and I went, and she kind of flung it with her finger. Like, I wish I could get you to see me. Flung it off with her finger, going like, and then she squished it like, and I went, oh, Ainsley, I'm so sorry. Then I started making piggies and roses and stuff. And then we started baking them. I have some around here, but I don't know how to do picture stuff on here. Like, you can see my fingers. Hey, peoples. I don't know why you can't see me. Hi. Are my nails clean? Clean. Benny seems to bitch about everybody's nails. By the way, if your nails are clean or dirty, you're usually fucking working, Benny. Sorry for swearing, everybody. But usually those that work with their hands are usually hands that are like mine, all bent, crippling up. You know, I'm aging. I get so angry at people looking at the outward stuff right now. We've all been hid in our own little caves, and now we're trying to venture out, and it's like my God. uh, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I I live in the country where it's peaceful. If you hear a gunshot out here, it's if it's in hunting season, that's then. Like, I live in a town, like a little city, where I can look out the window and see a moose run down the road or through my yard, or deer or bear. I think maybe they're more my friends than people are, you know? People are so mean. Bear doesn't look at me and say, "Hey, fatty." Goes, "Oh, lots of meat on you." Believe me, I've met them. It's a bear story. Believe me, there's records where I've called the police. They come out and saw it. Oh, you know what else? I'm funny too. I don't always cry. I used to say to my dad, like, it, like if I would have been a comedian, I would have made millions. But then that would have been more issues for my hubbies and marriage, because I'd end up on a macadamia nut farm instead of like Roseanne Barr. But I had my first and last love. Like, we tried so many ventures. I tried to have a bakery. I tried to have a restaurant. We just couldn't do it. We passed each other on the highway. My daughter was 16 around that time, I think. I'm not great with numbers and times, but it was like, plus I didn't like where I was because, see, I liked my police officers, you know. They were like my friends, and because the place I was connected with, I got told in a roundabout way, cops weren't good for their business. So, but then I lost my Sunday people from my little bakery, and with it, not even 6 months, it was like, nah, went too big too fast, couldn't get government grants. I even had old chefs trying to help me out, but I think it was, now I look and I see it was God's gift for me to experience it, but not get too much money involved and to lose everything in it. So I quit. I had to sell the two things that an older man here, Peter Tonder, who passed away. This man believed in me enough to drive me 500 miles. All I had to do was pay for the gas, to pick up an oven or whatever else I could find, where I bought a 20-quart mixer, and I had my bakery started. So when I had to sell these, it still hurts. It was like I gave up. I gave up my dream. I'm sorry I cry a lot, but this is me. I'm up and down. Like I said, from the day I was born, I've been up and down. People have tried to silence me for so long. Maybe this is why. Now, it's time for me, maybe not to be seen right now. Just listen. I don't know what I'm doing on this computer. I'm trying to. Somebody I think is in here. Koopa somebody. I don't know if I'm being whatever's going on. But I think the whole world, we need to stop the chaos. Maybe this is why I've been a crafter. Maybe this is why I've had my hands in so many things as chainmail, jewelry, leatherwork. I just finished my crochet jacket dress. I don't know. It's gonna somewhat look like something from Games of Thrones. The way the crocheting is, it looks like chainmail. I could have made money. Most of the time, I give what I make away. Like, I don't think it's too hard to put a price on things, because if you do it and what you're supposed to do is triple your wool, people will never pay for it. If you do, you can't even do your time with chainmail. Somehow I'll have to figure out how to show you a bracelet I got, and it's chainmail that somebody made. And this guy, he no longer does it, so these are like one of a kind things. Like, people, we're losing our gifts, people. It's mass production for what? So I don't know anymore. I was talking to a girlfriend. I was telling my daughter too. The next community thing, if we ever get to have something, instead of doing singing, like I love our singers out here, but some of them sure can howl. Sorry. Just saying. But we need to get some people to start comedy routines. Like, there's not enough laughter in the world. We've lost our comedians. Like, Robin Williams, look at that man. We're losing our joy, people. Let's start looking for joy. Let's go for hope. Let's start spreading good things. Let's come out of this darkness we've all been and bring everything to the light. Whatever, whoever you believe in, whatever higher power you believe in, if you don't got one and you're looking for one, if you're in or out of treatment, when I was in one, they said, if you can't pray on somebody, look at that doorknob there and pray to that. Pray to something right now. Pray to something to get us out of this time. God love you, world. Let's pass some love. Alrighty. Hugs from Kimmy from Canada. Lovers you. Have a good evening. Time for dinner. Be safe. Bye-bye.